It's time for another Out of Bounds Rewind with Bo Bounds on ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
Speaking of Swing Your Sword, one of the funniest parts of that book was you talking about being at Iowa Wesleyan, and you were basically the SID/marketing guy, and how you got your stats and game info in the paper. That was fantastic. I was just, this is low on the totem pole. I was sports editor of the Reflector, the Mississippi State, student newspaper, 20-something years ago. And so I was sitting there reading that part of the book going, this is fantastic. I mean, what a way to kind of be nimble and figure it out.
Yeah, well, the PR, the head of PR, she didn't think that was a very good idea at all. I mean, there's this, there's this false sense that some have that. So what would happen is the PR director had it in her head that I was supposed to write up basically a letter of all the stats and highlights of the game. And I was supposed to mail it out to all the newspapers because in Iowa there were a lot of weekly newspapers and things that it wouldn't be fair to them. Which this is ridiculous. If you want fair, be a daily newspaper. You're not even similarly situated. I mean. You want to be a weekly newspaper, well, you're going to get some of your news late. That's just the way it goes. So the idea was, out of fairness, I was supposed to write this thing up, send it out, so everybody could get it at the same time, which, means, so I'd write it up all day Sunday, which that wasn't going to happen because I was working on football. It'd go in the mail. They'd get it Tuesday, and then Wednesday they could write it in the paper. And by then nobody cares about the game yet on Saturday because they're looking forward to the next game, which they're not going to hear about till the following Wednesday anyway. So, I thought it was absurd on a lot of levels. And so I would immediately call the other papers, including USA Today, and give them our stats and our highlights. And we were breaking a bunch of records on offense. And USA Today would write it up in the small college section, and which was national recognition for a place like Iowa Wesleyan, which we thought was pretty important for, just recruiting and
Absolutely.
things like that. And boy, she came storming over there screaming. And she was on the phone. She was on the phone. She's swearing. And swearing didn't generally happen too much in Iowa, at least within the academic circles, but she wasn't happy. And so finally, maybe the stress of doing all these jobs, maybe the fact I didn't care, maybe the fact I thought she was out of her mind. I said, you know what? I said, the PR department here, I said the SID's office, me, and I'm making a whopping $3,000 a year to be a SID, $3,000 a year. So that's split out over 12 months. You can figure out what that is. And so then I said the sports information office has gotten Iowa Wesleyan into USA Today 6 times this year. I said, your office couldn't get us into USA Today unless there was a mass murder on it.
I remember that in the book.
And boy, was she mad. And then, he didn't think that was funny at all. And so then, we had to smooth that over.
Don't miss one moment of the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Weekdays, 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. on ESPN 105.9 The Zone.